Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Conscious Tarot. This is going to be your November overview reading. So basically, energy forecast for the month of November. Now, interesting enough, the way I did this last month in October, if you were here or watched that reading, is we did oracles, then we did tarot, and then at the end, I pulled one card for each zodiac sign to see what came through at the end. So, interesting enough, I was planning on using this deck, which is Wisdom Oracle, and when I was pulling it out, a bunch of cards fell on. They fell onto the floor, and so when I picked them up, they kind of told a story, and I thought, oh, so these are the cards you want me to use. Now, we're not going to use these. I'm not going to lay these all out on the table, but I feel like it really sets the tone for the message, overall message for the month of November for everyone. So we have Foundation here, Homeland Foundation. And then I'll put them, I'm going to pick them up, but I'll put them down here for now so that you can see the journey here. So we have Foundation, we have Security, we have Healer, Ethos, and then Homecoming Hearth, Hacks, Banishment, and then Intensification, and Summer, and Rebirth. Now, doesn't that paint, I don't know if you see it, but it paints a significant picture of a journey to me. So we have, I think for many of us, especially with the way things are right now in the world, we're worried about our foundation and our security, our home, our hearth, everything that we've built. We're worried about that security, financial security, what we have, our material things. This is a truly more 3D material, practical, realistic viewpoint. Focus is very strong on that kind of Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands, home, building a foundation, security. But we realized it at some point, and this is going to be, of course, different for everyone, but we begin to realize that there's some things that are blocking us, that are standing in our way, that need to be healed, that need to be transformed. This also can talk about manifestation. Which card is it? It gives me two vibes. It's giving me that Magician tarot, but I love how the light is peeking through the trees here. It's like we see the direction. We see the direction that we need to go. We see how we need to correct our course and what direction that is to go. And I think for some of us, it requires healing, because if you think about healing, we think about healing from the perspective of, if you like true soul healing, as opposed to like letting things go that no longer serve us. If there's a way of thinking, a way of believing, a way of being, we're letting go of that. If there's people, places, things in our lives that aren't on our path, that isn't getting us, it's almost like a taking stock. It's taking inventory is what I really get. And it fits perfectly with the vibe of, we're doing this right now on Samhain. It's Halloween, Samhain, different people practice it or believe in it in different ways, but we're also moving in toward the Day of the Dead, and here we have at the end of this journey, this rebirth. But let's get back into this journey. So this Ethos cards is really looking at what we believe in. What do you as an individual, what do you prioritize? What is important to you? What is your read? What is your canon? What's your ethos? What do you value? And that goes back to this foundation, security. What do we value? Taking stock and figuring out, doing the time to almost like hermit energy, go inside, figure out what it is that we need to do to clean our house, to take stock, clean our house, clean our life up, clean the things in our life that are blocking us and keeping us from moving forward toward the light, the joy, the happiness, this rebirth that's waiting at the end of this. And so once we have our priorities in order, now that we know and we see the way, because that's what I feel like, that we're getting our priorities in order, so that because we know what direction we need to head. And so we're taking stock of where we are in life, where we're going and doing that cleaning house. And like I said, Hearth, we're cleaning house. We're cleaning up our space. We're cleaning up our lives. We're cleaning up what doesn't belong. We're banishing things that do not serve us, that do not belong in our lives. We're getting rid of that, getting rid of it. And it's picking up, this is picking up momentum. I feel like this is this Eight of Wands energy. It's like picking up, the Litha, the time is the time when the light is coming back into the world, it's where we're, Litha is that point where it can be, I believe it's where the darkest day of the year, when you're moving into light, when the days are starting to become longer, where light is coming back into the world. So this is telling me like we're at that threshold where the dark days are behind us and we're moving toward the light. We're moving toward the light, toward our summer, toward our happiness. This is the Sun card, equivalent to me of the Sun card. It's summer, it's happiness, and we're birthing this into reality. We're changing our world, we're changing our life, we're going and moving toward what it is that we want. But I really feel like what November is about is like I said, I feel like we're on that threshold. And I think it started with, it's been building, but it really started coming into culmination around the 1010 portal, going into, the eclipse that we had on the 28th. And now we're into Samhain, when the veil is the thinnest. And we're on that threshold where there's just this infinite possibility for change. We have the energy, the momentum. Our spirit team is behind us because the veil is thin. They're ready to work with us. They're ready to push us and give us the strength and momentum and the courage to move in the direction that we want to head, to make our life the life that we want to lead. But we have to do the work. And I feel like that's what this is calling for in the month of November. It's time to do the work. It's time to do the hard work of taking stock, cleaning house, really cleaning house, and getting ready for the momentum that's to come, that's going to propel us in the direction toward our happiness and toward our new beginning. Beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to clean up this mess. It's not really a mess, but as I said, I really feel like it's time to clean up any messes that you have in your life that are holding you back. It's so important right now, if you haven't released those already, to be releasing any energy, people, places, things that are really holding you back, that are really blocking your blessings. Because I feel like all of us have people and things and places in our life that are blocking our blessings, and we might be holding on to them because it's what we're used to, it's what we know, and it's going to cause a humongous, significant block in your blessings and block in what's coming to you. So please keep that in mind, and I hope you take this to heart. I'm sorry, I'm digging. I have so many cards over here. I'm going to be pulling so many cards for this. I have a whole bunch of decks that wanted to talk, so we're gonna try and make this as quick as we can. But I'm not gonna go. We'll see. We'll just keep seeing what feels right as far as the cards and what needs to be pulled from each deck. We'll get these out and then we'll go through them. But we have the rest in peace. Love it. Yep. Oh. Like I said, the cards are wanting to talk today. It's probably because the veil is thin. The veil is very thin right now. And so we have some people, nope, that says that needs to go underneath. So let's see what we got here. Another huge message that wants to come through. The perfect storm, the courage to step into your life. We talked about that. It's time for rebirth. I love this. This is a confirmation for me. Me personally. And if it's a confirmation for anyone else, I'm going to throw it out there, but I have been really, really being drawn. The Morgan is trying to get my attention like big time, saying it's time to work with her. And the Morgan is, and I'm telling you right now, and I love that it says the courage to step into life, because courage, I am fearful of working with a Morgan because I know her. I know what type of person deity she is. I know that she expects and deserves a lot of respect. And that's something I can be challenged with, at times. I like to control things, and I have a very hard time committing to things, to certain aspects of things in my life. I am a free spirit. I don't like to be tied down, or I don't like to people, I don't like things kind of holding the reins of my life, so to speak. So to work with a deity of this aspect and this caliber is a very huge challenge for me. But this raven confirms, it's just another, like I said, affirmation for me that the Morrigan is trying to get my attention, to tell me, and especially for 4 here, but and she's all about change, change, and she will create a storm in your life. She will make she will make you stand up and hold you accountable for things in your life. But to get that, I kind of digress there on what I'm going through. But I love this, that this guy's little, almost like his wing there is this, there's this storm, it's almost like a black hole. It's like that chaos, that perfect storm. And I feel like we're under the energies right now, the planetary energies right now, that we're in that perfect storm. As I kind of indicated with the, we've been going through all these eclipses, where the eclipse on the 28th was the last eclipse of the year. And here we are at Samhain. And I really feel like the way these decks are really wanting to pop out and talk, that the veil is thin, and there's so much knowledge and information that our ancestors and spirits and those beyond the veil and those in other planes are trying to communicate with us at this time, if we're willing to take advantage and listen to the call, heed the call. Stars in the sky, limitless possibility. Yeah, I really feel like, right now we are under this energy that anything that you can dream, infinite possibility, limitless possibility, believe it. Dream it, believe it. Anything that you can believe, anything that your imagination can dream up, and if you believe it, you can make it happen right now. Okay, I'm telling you, the spirits, the ancestors, the angels, everything, all those spirit teams, everything out there that is bigger and badder than us, they're out there ready to help, poised to help you bring and manifest in the life that you want to live for yourself, if you're willing to go after it. But you have to have the courage. You have to have the courage to step into the life that you want. If you don't have that courage, you're going to be left behind. I'm telling you right now, because right now is an important time where the earth is actually starting to be divided into people that are all about manifestation and the higher powers and the co-creation of the universe, and living more in that 5D reality where they know how to manifest their dreams, or those people that are stuck and going to stay stuck in this material realm, focused on 3D things and keep living out this pain and learning these lessons that they need to learn. So are you going to learn the lessons? Are you willing to heal, learn the lessons, do what you need to do to give yourself sovereignty over your life, okay? Dream thief, refusal of the call. This is actually, I didn't even look at that call, but that's every single thing that I just talked about. Are you going to refuse the call? Are you going to heed the call, or are you going to refuse the call? Yeah, some people are going to be overwhelmed. And I think I see with this overflow card, some people are going to be so afraid, and they're so, some people are in their insecurities and fear. That's that overwhelm. But the flip side of it is, if you can get over those insecurities and fear, if you can do the work, if you can take charge and go with the current, go with the flow, this is abundance. This is abundance, and you can have overflowing abundance in your life, in all areas of your life, if you're willing to heed the call, if you're willing to stand up and do what needs to be done here. Netcaster, preparations come to fruition. So anything that you've invested in over this last year, anything in the recent times that you've been investing in, if you've been investing in yourself, if you've been investing in, growing your wealth, your abundance, like if you've been, anything that you've been investing your time, energy, and basically time and energy in, is going to come. It's going to pay off in dividends. Whether that's good or bad depends on what you've been investing in. So, eyes of the eagle rising above the fray. This is seeing things from a new perspective. Are you able to see your life? Are you able to look at it? That's putting it under a magnifying glass. Put your life under a magnifying glass. Really looked at, goes back to the cards that we had at the beginning where it talked about, where we spoke to making that list, assessing your life, assessing what belongs and what doesn't belong, what you need to keep, what you don't need to keep, what people, place, and things are holding you back or keeping you stuck or keeping you from, moving on. Really do that assessment of your life right now. If you haven't already, this is the time. Gathering around the power of community. There are people out there that will help you get where you want to go, but those people cannot come into your life until you have the space for them to come into your life. So if there are people or jobs or places or things that you're attached to, and it can be things like vehicles, cars, houses. If there's things, ego, pride. I mean, there's so many things. It could be mental things that are holding you back, values, morals. There's lots of things this could be that could be keeping you stuck, that you're holding on to, that's not allowing those higher vibrational people to come in and help you at this time. The community's out there, your people are out there, they're ready to help you, but you have to have space for them to come into your life to allow this change to happen. So then we have straddling the worlds, wandering between realms. Yeah, I feel like so many of us, especially those that have been awakening at this time, that have really been going through the awakening process, have been really seeing the change, feeling the change. We're straddling worlds right now. Like I said, I feel like this is we're in the time in between where the energy's intensifying. The changes were being, I think for those that are having a hard time changing, they're getting tower moment after tower moment in their life. Things are crumbling and falling apart because they're being asked. We're being asked to look at things from a new perspective. We're being asked to raise our vibrational frequency because the earth is trying to move into a higher vibrational frequency, and those that can't do it are going to fall off, and they're not going to have happy lives. So I'm telling you right now, if you aren't doing the work, you're behind the game. If you haven't been making changes to your life, if you've been really, really stuck on hanging on to what it is that you've been hanging, that you think is the life for you, when you have things just keep going wrong in your life, this is your wake-up call to say it's time to move on. It's time to do the work. If you're not, otherwise you might be left behind, because we're in between worlds right now. Many of us, I know I am for a fact, that I am in between worlds right now, and I am getting close to, it's 3:00. For those of you who've watched any of my readings, I have a terrible tendency, but that's also confirmation. I have a terrible tendency to do readings at 3:00 when my cat feeder goes off, but that's a confirmation that everything I'm saying is true. That this is definitely, the fact that people are going to be left behind if they're not doing the work. And I feel like a lot of you feel like, if you're watching this reading, I have a feeling that most people watching this reading are in this feeling of straddling the worlds, like you're stuck between the 3D and the 5D world, like because you're stuck, you have one foot in your old reality and one foot in the new reality, because you've been doing some of the work, maybe not all the work that you need to do, but you've been doing some of the work to change your life, to change things in your life. And because that's changing, we're at this point where we're in this void. We're in the void right now. We're in between the new life and the old life. And that can be an extremely difficult place to be. But this is the prime time. This is the time the universe gives us when you're in between things to really assess and make sure that what you're manifesting is what you really, really, really want for yourself. It's that quiet time. The universe gives you that time in between when you're on that cusp and you're straddling the line in between what used to be and what's about to be. There's that waiting period where you have to juggle both, because the universe is letting you giving you that chance at free will to decide what you really, really want, and to get your manifestation really, really clear for what it is you want to step into. And it also gives the universe time enough to rearrange all of the pieces in the background to make the manifestation, what you're dreaming and wishing for, a reality. It has to move all the pieces into place like a chessboard to make something happen that you're wanting to happen. But it's possible. Intentionality, there we go. We're just talking about that. You got to get your intentions right. You know that it is like trying to thread a needle, because it's so easy to mess up our manifestations. It's so easy to mess them up with fear, with confusion, where doubts, things like that. If we're not really, really clear on where we're going, it's easy to struggle at threading that needle and making our manifestations come into reality. I love that there's been so many sevens and eights. I don't know if you were able to pay attention to that, but we have 4-4, which is an 8, and there was 4-3, 7, and then 6-2, 6, 8. I kept seeing those on key moments when I was doing it. 5-7, 5-2, 7, 7-1, 8. I saw so many like sevens and eights, and they seem to be on key points. And then we have falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The difference between, way to go, Spirit. Way to hit that key point right at the end. Boy, that time to hammer that sucker home big time. This right here is the difference between manifesting the life that you want or being stuck in the material world. This is where we're heading. It's like, are you going to co-create with the universe? We have been for so long on this planet. We have been following more Abrahamic traditions and religions, where we have believed that we didn't have a choice in the life that we manifested, that we were just kind of stuck in the life, that everything around us, our circumstances, controlled our situation, it controlled our life. And instead of realizing, this is the key shift that's happening now. People are starting to realize we're moving out of victimhood into power, into being able to live our life and co-create our life from a place of power, from a place of leadership. We're basically moving into our sovereign. I'm having trouble saying that word, sovereignty. Okay, out of victimhood into our sovereignty, and this is why. And those that move into their sovereignty, they're doing it with the help of Spirit. So if you're not developing your spiritual practice, if you are not working with Spirit, if you are not praying, if you are not meditating, if you are not calling out to your spirit team and your ancestors, angels, whatever it is that you follow and that you use as your higher power, that the higher powers that be that you connect to, if you're not connecting to them at this time, and you're not setting your intentionalities, whether that be through daydreams, really using your imagination through dreams, daydreams, or just journaling it, anything like that, if you are not taking that time to really picture and see, like almost like, like those picture boards, vision boards is what they're calling them. It's that kind of thing. Really focus on the life that you want. Tell your guides and angels, you have to do the work. Things aren't handed to you. You can't just pray and expect it to happen. You have to co-create it. You have to take the actions to show to you. This is what I'm talking about. Spiritual narcolepsy. We're all angels in our own light. We were all created in the form of, in the body of the gods, the deities. We are just, we have the potential to be powerful, beings. We have that all within us, but we have to be willing to do the work. We have to show the universe that we are taking hold and taking grasp of what is ours, and we're taking it by the reins, and we're going to do the work. We're going to put in the work to create the life that we want. And that means you've got to seek out the jobs that you want. You've got to, you've got to release the people, places, and things, or the thought patterns. If you have doubts, if you have those fears and doubts, you've got to let that crap go. I'm sorry, but if you don't do the work, if you're asleep and you're not doing the work, and you're not co-creating with the universe right now, if you're not working and co-creating with the universe, you are spiritually narcoleptic right now. And that means your focus is more on your ego, your pride, your focus is on the material plane, and that it's going to be the death of you. And I'm not talking about physical death. I'm talking about spiritual death. I'm talking about spiritually falling asleep. You're already asleep at the wheel. If you're not doing this work, you're asleep at the wheel, and you're way behind the curve right now, and you've got a lot of catching up to do. So this is your wake-up call. This is talking about being asleep, sleep on the job. So if you're still asleep and if you're getting triggered by this, it's time to wake up, because you're behind the curve and you got a lot of work to do to catch up. If you want to catch up with all of us who's been doing the work for a while now, that have been heeding the call, that have been, listening to what's being, where we're being guided, using our intuition and really heeding that call and what our intuition is telling us instead of ignoring it. But, I like that this card actually has unnecessary fear. We have, that's what I think there's a lot of fear that has been built, especially in the way our society has been built and has been ran, has been conducted, the things that we have been taught over millennia now, that has put unnecessary fear within us, that have made most of us, almost everyone on this planet, believe that we are victims, that we do not have any power, we do not have any control we don't have the power and control to control our destiny, to create our destiny, to create the life that we want. But we do. And this is the time. The time is now. Okay, the time is just now to start doing that work. So I really don't know that I want to put all those cards out there, universe. That was quite a bit. And I apologize if you want those out there. I guess we can go through them one more time, just in case if you want to see them. We'll go ahead and go through them. There was quite a bit. So we have the perfect storm there, the limitless possibility, refusal of the call, dream thief, abundance overflow, and then we have netcaster, preparations come to fruition, the eye of the eagle, rising above the fray, gathering around, the power of community, straddling the worlds, wandering between the realms, the eye of the needle. I love that they give me, it's really knowing, really looking at things in your life, really examining them and putting them under a microscope in many, many ways. And then we have that fallen angel, spiritual narcolepsy card. Okay, so with all that being said, which was quite a bit, let's get some more cards. I've got barely any cards on the table, Spirit, because you were wanting to talk way too much here. Okay, so let's see. We have what is that? Air Spirit, knowledge. I love that this is like a number 1 card, because it's giving me, I was almost getting like in a way, a little bit of a Fool vibe. It's like going into the unknown, exploring the unknown, and I love that it's air spirit, because that talks about mentally unknown. And so I really feel like this is the realm of imagination and dreams. And I think that that's so important, because that's what we use. That's one of the things that we use to manifest things in our lives. We have to imagine that we already have those things in our lives. We have to use all of our senses to believe something is here in our life and claim it as ours. Abundance. Look at that, beautiful going. I love how she's in that boat going toward what her abundance is, whatever that is for you. It's going toward our abundance, what we dream, what we want. And then let's go ahead and we'll pull, nope, I think Essential Oracles wants to go next. Get the Essential Oracles deck here. I think I want to pull 2 of these. So we have honoring ourselves. Ah, perfect. Thank you, Spirit. How beautiful is that? Coriander. The trigger statement is this is the way it has always been done. Oh my gosh, absolutely perfect, Spirit. Thank you so much. And the true statement is I create my story, or I create my way. I saw story, but it's way. Still same thing. I create my way. I create my way toward my abundance. Look at that. You are ready to fulfill your desires by thinking outside of the box. The path less traveled may be more fulfilling. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Acceptance. Oh man. This is beautiful, Spirit. So Siberian fir with the trigger statement, we must remember. So this is it's still tied to that, doing things a way they've always been done, because we must remember that's holding on to the past. That's holding on to, it's kind of like that energy of, where, like say you get in a fight with somebody, and then when you reconnect, you hold whatever it is that happened in the past against that person in the present, because they did it in the past, so you just believe they're going to do it again. Even though they may be coming in a completely different energy, but you're holding on to the past. It's like, holding on to it. We must remember. It's that must, and then we have the true statement. I am free of the habits that do not serve me. So lay those habits down. Lay down lay down the armor passed down to you from your family. Release habits that are not serving you, and forgive on behalf of generations past. This is beautiful, and that's what we've been doing. This is literally what we've been doing. We've been healing those family generational traumas that we've been going through these cycles and trying to heal that. It's been coming up. Those things have been challenging us. That's why we've been coming up with all these things, insecurities, fears, all these things have been coming up, these feelings, these emotions, this crazy, crazy stuff that's been coming up over, many, many months now. It's to help us realize what we don't want, what we need to change, whether that, like I said, whether that be thought patterns, whether that be, thought patterns, or I lost my train of thought there, or people, whatever it is in your life. I'll just say whatever it is. You know what? I've said it enough times now. Well, I've pounded it in the ground enough. So let's go ahead and now we're going to get these. We're going to go through, this is the higher self, and then we've got Sacred Souls Portals, the Halloween Dream Oracle deck, and the Citadel Oracle, and we'll pull a Shadow Love card to see where you might be blocked. I'm going to use these more as my goal is to use these more as maybe what's might be blocking, hindering you, and what might be helping you. So that's kind of what my intentionality with these decks I'm pulling now is, to kind of see, now that we have the story laid out and we've gone over that. So we have Path to Mastery. You're stepping into a new expanded consciousness that you will soon master. We've already covered all of that already. Okay. I'm being pulled being pulled to draw one more of these cards. So we'll go ahead and do that. I've been talking like a mile a minute. I do that when, okay. Thank you, Spirit. I told you that the powers that be, they really want to talk today. I say one more card and then it's 4. So we have stand your ground, hold your own power, and never give it away. Not everyone is there to support you. I think that's why I said really evaluating. who is really going to be there for you. If you're the type of person that I really feel like now is a time to form really good boundaries against certain people. But this requires us to know, like I said, to take that assessment list to assess our life and what it is that we really want for ourselves. Because only when we know what it is we want can we be very clear with people, and we can set those boundaries for ourselves against what it is that we don't want. We can because then we will clearly know what it is when we clearly know what it is we want, then we also clearly know what it is we don't want. And so we can be very clear with that. I've had several people in my life recently in the last several months that I've had to get, I've had to just they've shown me who they are. They've shown me what they're willing to give me. And I had to cut ties with them or change the relationship dynamic in a way to make them realize that I was not going to, that their actions or their way of being was not something that I wanted for myself. And they had the choice of whether they wanted to change the relationship dynamic, or, it's up to them. They have their free will. I'm not making anyone do anything. All I did was say, this is what I want for myself. If you want to stay in my life, you have to accept it. And if you don't accept it, then you can go ahead and find, you can move on. It's okay. I'm good either way, because I have decided to stand in my power, and I hope that you are doing so as well in your own life. Then we have the labyrinth of life. You can choose to be lost in the labyrinth of life, or you can use these trials to harness your inner strength and come out stronger than ever. Divine masculine. There's excessive masculine energy that needs to be balanced. Yeah, I think there's a lot of pride and ego going on right now the universe is really trying to bring into balance. So if you're a type of person that, like, if you're friends, if you're easily swayed by things other people say and you can't stand up for yourself, this is a call to, like, not let people sway you to do things that are against who you are. So perfect example of this, kind of give you sort of an analogy. Say that I think I wouldn't say everyone, but I think a lot of people can relate to this, in the fact that being around either someone, maybe not yourself, but someone you've been around, where they, maybe they have something they want to do, but their friends heckle them, and heckle them over what it is that they want to do. Or even their parents or somebody, of influence in their life, heckle them, give them a hard time, or tell them that they shouldn't do something. And then they back down, or they make light of it and say, oh yeah, I didn't mean it. Or to save face, because they want to save face with those friends or those people of influence or their family or whatever. So they dim their light, they dim their dreams, they dim their hopes and dreams for themselves, because they want to fit in, because they want to belong, because they want those people to like them. They want that external validation. And maybe you're guilty of this yourself, but understand that, when you do that, the only person that you're hurting is yourself, because not only are you now not wanting to follow your passion and follow your dream because someone else made fun of it, but and that's truly giving your power away, which kind of talked about over here. But also it also is it's also telling you that these people really don't respect you, that they don't believe in you, and they don't respect you enough to value your hopes and dreams and to support you in those hopes and dreams. And those people are the people that if people can't see, no matter how bizarre, how crazy, how crazy the thing that you want to do is, just because they can't see themselves doing it doesn't mean that it's not for you. and that's, you can't let other people hold you back. And if they are making fun of it and you say, no, I'm going to do this, and you stand in your power, and they still make fun of you and they still belittle you, they are not your people. They are people you need to cut out of your life, because you should be surrounding yourself with people that do support you, that do care about you, that will be there through thick and thin, no matter how crazy and insane that your ideas are. Speaking from a person who I change with the wind. I mean, I literally, like, I go from thing to thing to thing like a butterfly. I know that it drives some people crazy, and I come up with the most ludicrous things, and they're like, oh my God, what the heck? You can't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or, I have lots of naysayers. And those naysayers, you got to keep them at bay. You either got to keep your distance from them or cut them out of your life or whatever you need, but you need to put up those boundaries, because they are only going to end up, if you listen to them, if you succumb to that and believe what they're saying, you are going to hold yourself back from having the best life that you could have. That's all you're doing, is giving your power away. I'll get off the soapbox, sorry. The first steps. To get ahead, you must take the first step, even without knowing what the outcome is. Just stay, don't stay where you are. Yeah, don't stay where you are. This is not a time to stay where you are. There is something inside of each and every one of us right now pulling us in a direction. And I don't care who you are, we're all being pulled in a direction. And now is the time to heed the call of the direction, whatever you're being pulled toward, you need to listen, because it's really important. Not only, it is important to your happiness, to your well-being. It will lead you toward the life that you may not see yet, but it will lead you to something great that you may not even realize yet. It may be just the door. Maybe if it's a person, that person, being in a relationship with that person, if you're scared to take that leap because you're scared of it falling apart, of it not working, of it, of getting heartbroken, you're being pulled in the direction to move toward that person and have a relationship with that person, because that person is there to teach you something that's going to help you in maybe in your life in general, maybe in your next relationship. It's going to teach you something of value that you need to become your best self. And that's where we have gotten it wrong. We look at things from the wrong perspective. We need to look at them from a different lens of where is this moving me? Where can this get me? Is this making me a better person? Can this make me a better person? And I know it seems a little self-serving to say, is this going to help me move in the direction that I want? Is this going to get me what I want? And I mean, in some ways that can be manipulative, but it's not, because we're all here to live our best life. And everyone here on this earth, should be supportive of that. It's not necessarily manipulative to want to live your best life and to do what it takes to live your best life. That guilt that's associated is something that's been pounded in you, like telling you that you don't deserve happiness. So that's another thing, a limiting belief that needs to be shattered within you if you believe that, okay? So we have eye candy. Looks good, not very deep. So this is shallow. This is surface energy. This is something that can be a distraction. I'm almost getting devil energy here of something that may look good on the outside, that may lure us, that may tempt us, like lust, greed, those 3D energies, things that may, ego, pride, that may, that may get us, that keep us on those shallow, those surface energies, and instead of at that spiritual, that's causing that spiritual narcolepsy that came out earlier. And then we have look beyond, plan ahead, no limits, distant. I get that, this is, for some of you, I feel the distant is that you believe that you can't achieve your dreams. And this is a call to, this is the heed to, and the call to say that you can. And there are no limits to, you can co-create whatever life that you want to live. But you have to be willing to work for it. You have to be willing to put in the effort and take the action, whether that means to heal, I don't know where it was, but heal, here, I think it was this card, to that generational or family traumas, or or belief systems that has societal belief systems that have been taught to you, or other people around you in your community that have made you believe, that might have created doubt, made you doubt yourself and doubt your ability to have the life that you want. It's really looking beyond all that, planning ahead. That's why I said that, going back to that, taking inventory, taking stock, and really assessing, your life and what it is you want, what it is you want to manifest. I'm going to try and move these up here because a little bit. I might be able, actually, let's see. I might be able to fit, I don't want to cover that abundance card up. That's the heart of the reading, abundance. That's what we're aiming for. That's what we're shooting for. We're shooting for abundance. Oh, here we go. Holding space. Make room for the magic to happen by clearing out any doubts from your mind. We just talked about that. Thank you, Spirit. Bless you. Thank you so much. Got at least two more. Two more here. What do we got from the Citadel Oracle, Spirit? Helm. Navigation, control, journey. Yeah, you're the navigator. You're at the helm of your own ship. I like this, that we have that ship that's going on a journey, a discovery, a journey of self-discovery toward what it is what is their abundance. And you're at the helm. You are the navigator. You have the control to control your life. This is what we're learning. That's what we're learning right now. That's what the universe is trying to teach us, is that we are at the helm of our own life. We are the navigator. We have the power. We have free will. We can choose and make our life whatever we want it to be. It's all up to us. So, what are you going to do with that power? Are you going to waste your life away, or are you going to work really hard toward the life that you want for yourself? It's your choice. It's all of our choices. Okay, we're going to get, this is from the Shadow Love deck, so this might be something you might be facing right now as far as relationships are going. Something isn't right. Don't be afraid to find out the truth. It will set you free. Face it. Face it. I think that this accounts for everything. I really feel like this is a form of self-love, a form of, of getting real with yourself. If your intuition is the most powerful tool that you have to help you navigate this life. And if you haven't developed yours, you might consider working on doing that, because your intuition will never, if you hone your intuition and learn to listen to your intuition, it will never steer you wrong. It will always lead you to the truth. But the problem is, a lot of us sometimes are afraid. We don't have the courage to face it. We're afraid of it. We're afraid of knowing the truth because of the pain that it might cause. So don't be afraid of it, because that, knowing the truth, no matter how hard it is, it helps us be able to make the choices that we need to make to move in the direction that we need to move. Because pain is what we need to experience. Pain to know that that's not something that we don't want in order to move towards something that we do want. We have to embrace and feel that pain so that we can say, okay, I lived that, I experienced it, I know this isn't for me. Now I know more of what is for me. So I'm going to go in this direction. Usually that's always what pain is there for. It's to help teach us. It's to help us learn what is for us and what isn't for us. If you think about a kid and, putting its hand on the stove, once it hits that, once it feels that pain of that burn from the flame, it's never going to do, you're never going to do that again, because you know what it caused you. So, you've learned the lesson. So that's what this is talking about. Learn those lessons. Don't be afraid to learn those hard lessons and accept them, and realize that you had to go through them. You had to experience that so that you knew that that is something that you didn't want for yourself ever again, so that you could course correct and go in the direct course correct, navigate toward what it is for you, what is your abundance. So that's what I have as far as our oracle messages. Oh, I need to shift my legs, fall asleep, I'm sitting on it. So interesting, at the back of the game, if you have somebody that's been playing games at love, okay, and not taking things seriously, again, what does it say? Know what you want and be honest. I think this is still, don't let anyone play games with you. It comes back full circle to what we had at the beginning, where I talked about the fact that we need to assess, really take stock and take an assessment of what it is we want and don't want. We have to really get straight with it, because, and we can't be afraid, because those fears and those doubts that we can't have what we want are going to get in our way from getting what we want. So you have to really know what you want. So you can set those boundaries with people. You can cut people out of your life when you know what it is. You know what it is you want. You won't let anyone hold you back and keep you from having what it is in this life. That's what you got to do. And yeah, some people are going to not be happy about it because you're making a choice to give to yourself, to do what is best for you. And nobody has to like it but you. That's the key right there. Nobody has to be happy about it but you, because it's your life, not theirs. They have the same power to do the same thing in their life, to go after their hopes and dreams just the same as you. And they can choose to be a part of your life, or to choose to be not a part of your life doing it, and that's their choice. They have the free will to do that, and that's their choice. But if they want to go, let them go. That's one of the things that I've been learning is if they don't want to ride with you, that's their choice. It may hurt a little bit, but they've got their own life to live too. And they got to do what makes them happy. And if right now disconnecting from you is what's going to make them happy, because you guys are going in different directions, then so be it. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go wherever they're going. That's that old adage, let them go. And if they come back, it was meant to be, let them go. Everybody's got their own free will. Everybody's got their lives to live. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't. You're here to live your life. You're here to learn your lessons, experience your experiences, and you get to choose who gets to experience that with you or not. It really is your choice. You always have the power. You always have the choice. And sometimes it's hard because we have feelings, for people, and we get attached to things. That attachments can be fatal. Getting attached to people and things can be fatal because it can keep us stuck. I am really good at that. Let me tell you, I've been stuck in some places, in some situations in my life, and I know it was all my fault. I gave my power away to certain people, because I wanted to make them happy. And by trying to make them happy, well, I ended up making myself miserable, because I didn't listen to myself. I didn't value myself enough to stand up to them and to stand my ground, to take back my power and say, this is what I need. And if and be willing to break those ties a lot earlier. And I wasn't, and unfortunately. So I think that's where we're going. It says it wants 5 cards, I guess, because it told me I felt the stop. So it's wanting, I'm going to do 5 of each then, and we'll see what comes out. I'm doing 3 different decks. So for the tarot here. 7 of Cups. I see this. Let's see. We have the 8 of Cups is the central energy here. And I feel like with this is for our month of November, I really feel this is that straddling of the worlds, the in-between worlds of walking toward our sun and walking away from the old life toward the new life. Okay, so this is a straddling of worlds. It does take, the emperor, it does take that, the necessary action. The emperor is somebody that will take action and will stand up for what they believe and what they want. The emperor will stand up for what they want and what they believe in, and moving toward, this is the Ace of Pentacles, that new beginning toward what it is we want. I love that there's whales on there. I just noticed that there's whales on that card. But it's like, moving toward, the new life that you want for yourself. This is moving toward it, and this is what we're moving away from. So we're moving away from confusion, doubt, fear. We're moving away from that. And then we have the Page of Wand energy here. And again, I feel like this is all doubts and fears of that, almost like feeling like that victim to sovereignty, moving out of victimhood towards sovereignty, knowing that we can move into the life that we want to live. Okay, I think I'm going to do the Trick or Treat Tarot next, see what we get from that, and then we'll wrap it up with the Tarot de la Nuit deck. Okay, we have the Sun, the Four of Pentacles, holding ourselves back from our happiness because we were fickle, because we didn't know, we had indecision, doubts, fears, whatever. And it caused us to go within, and we had to go within and get real with ourselves, deal with our inner demons. This Five of Swords is dealing with our inner demons, our own fears, our own doubts, our own, our accepting the fact that we've been our own worst enemy. We really have been our own worst enemy at this, up until this point for many of us. We've let, the experiences we've had in life, society, family, everything, friends, have influenced our decisions, influenced our, our beliefs. Oh, I've got the deck upside down. And so that's where we are right now. Like, why we're having to reevaluate everything. This is, I'm going to call this the great reevaluation, the great reassessment. Because I think that's what we're doing right now on a planetary scale. We have the Three of Wands, which is setting our intentions. Oop, okay. And the Fool, setting our intentions, getting ready to hop into the life, the unknown, toward what it is, having that faith, having the faith and believing that we can move toward what it is that we want in this lifetime, okay? And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, working on it. That's putting, setting your intentions and taking the opportunity, the chance, being willing to know that, move into the unknown, not knowing the outcome. And we had that in the oracle cards about not knowing the outcome and taking that leap of faith into the unknown, not knowing whether there's going to be something to catch us or not, that leap of faith. But we have to co-create it. We have to move toward it and show the universe that we mean business. Plant those seeds like we see that get planted with the Seven of Pentacles. We plant those seeds and then we work on those seeds. We work to grow them to fruition. Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Pentacles card coming out, which, can be divine timing. It's waiting for our ship to come in, waiting for the harvest to come in, what we've worked on, waiting for it to blossom into what we can reap, sowing those seeds. And then we have, but then again, here we have, Seven of Swords, which can be self-sabotage, which can be, I'm going to go ahead. I want to pull on that. So give me, what is this? Because I feel like this can put a stop to everything. I'm sorry. I just started wearing this hematite ring. to help me get more grounded. I had to start wearing it because doing these readings, with everything that I've been going through, I've found that I've been having a really hard time staying. My vibration has gotten so high that it's hard for me to stay grounded. So I had to get something to help tie me down and keep me grounded more often. So that's what that hematite ring is. And I'm sorry, I keep pounding it against the table. So we have the Six of Wands here. Okay, fear of victory. Fear of success. Oh, that's not supposed to be in there. That's the holder card for the deck. Look at this poor woman. She looks defeated. She looks worn through like she's been put through the ringer. Maybe some of you guys have been put through the ringer and you're just about ready just to give up. Give up. But I feel like there's this fear of success for some of you that's holding you back. Fear of, yeah. So this is definitely where, this is like the warning, the last hurrah, the warning at the end of the reading here, that to understand that I think a lot of you are really, really afraid of either success. That might be a fear that you need to conquer. I think this is a universe saying, hey, these are the things that need to be looked at. If these are resonating with you, and anything in this reading, if it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't. You may not believe, you may have doubts that you can't manifest what it is that you want. And then if you have those doubts that you can't manifest what you want, you may have a fear around actually getting what you want. I know that's one of the ones that I'm very challenged with, is what do I do when I get there, when I get everything that I want? I have that fear. That's one I'm working on. That's actually one that I personally am working on myself to get through right now, that blockage of the fear of success. That's what keeps me from being bigger than I am. And I've been trying to work with people to overcome that. And I have a feeling that's part of what the Morrigan is wanting to come in and help me with. As if you were here at the beginning of the reading, I think that she's wanting to work on me with my courage, to overcome some of these fears and blockages that I have. But with all that being said, I think that wraps up all the messages. I think get a really good rounded, hopefully good rounded message there for the message of November. I think hopefully it covered everything that you need to know. I hope that it'll help you in some way. If you like the message, hit that like button down below. I do appreciate it because it does help my channel. Whether the message resonated or not, I hope that you'll lend that support and hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will, but stay tuned here, because what we're going to do is I want to wrap it up with pulling one card for each and every zodiac sign. Do I want to use this? I think I want to use this. I'm really digging. I don't know how well I'm going to get since this is mostly people. I don't know how well I'll get messages off of this deck, but we'll see. But I think that I'm going to use this, the Tarot de la Nu to go through the zodiac signs. So we're going to pull one card for each and every zodiac sign. I think what I'm going to do is 6 and 6, is how we're going to do it. We're going to start with Aries and go through Pisces, because that's the way I like to do it. So Aries. For Aries, we have the 6 of Wands. So I really feel like there's two messages that are coming through for Aries. One, the message of what I just said about the fear of success. There might be some Aries out there that might be struggling with having a fear of success, and that might be one of your biggest blockages right now. But this also, on the flip side of the 6 of Wands, is victory, success. I feel like you have some blessings that are wanting to come in, but you might be blocking them at this time. So that's what I get from you. So Taurus. For Taurus, we have the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like there's something that you've been busy at work at that is actually about to pay off. That's what I get for you, my Tauruses, for November. Is there something that you've been working really hard on, putting a lot of energy into, that whatever that may be, whether it be a relationship, a job, money, whatever you've been working on, putting energy into, it's about to pay off is what I get. So Gemini have the 9 of Cups. I feel like you're moving towards something you really desire, that you really, really desire is about to come, about to happen. You're about to have your dreams come true is what I get here. But I also do feel like you have to be careful that you don't overindulge. I feel like there's a balance that you need to play here, Gemini, in the month of November, to not let your temptations get the best of you. Because I have a feeling that you tend to overindulge in things, and your overindulgence in things, I'm getting almost a temperance vibe off of that card, where it's really, you have to really walk the month of November if you want all of your dreams to come true. It's telling you that moderation, to be wary of moderation, to take things slowly, to not leap into things, or not don't be impulsive, or don't be tempted by things that might pull you off of your path towards your 9 of Cups, because I think that you're going to be tempted to do things that might hinder you from getting this. So it's really calling for discipline, for really having a lot of self-discipline right now, okay? So Cancer, I believe we're on. Cancer, I'm going to have to move these over a little bit more. So Cancer, we have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you're setting the foundation for something new in your life. I think that you just started something. So either whether that be a relationship, a friendship, a job, you just moved into a new home. You're setting the foundation for something, working on the foundation for something. I don't think the foundation is there yet. I think that you just started into something, and I think that's what you're going to be working on throughout November, is to continue building this foundation towards this new thing that you're introducing into your life, whatever that looks like for you, Cancer. So Leo, we have Justice. So I really feel like, my Leos, that you really are, I feel like a lot of Leos right now are really stepping into their power. They're doing what is best for them, what they feel is right and fair and just for them. Really this lady embodies the warrior, definitely warrior energy. I'm getting off of that card that she is almost getting a Queen of Swords vibe. They're truly, I feel like Leos are really standing in their own power right now. They're not brooking any crap at this time, so if you're dealing with a Leo, just be wary, because I feel like they're not going to take any crap from anyone. They are really, I feel like they're really cleaning house, because the Queen of Swords, I kind of said I got that Queen of Swords vibe off of that, where I think that they're really cleaning house. Like what we talked about earlier, they're really, really cleaning house at this time. They're really doing that assessing, because Leos are really, really good at changing energy, of transmuting energy. And I don't think that's something that a lot of people realize, that Leos are really good about playing in all the energies from all the different signs, and being able to handle and deal various different types of energy. They're really good at that and transmuting it. So then we have, for Virgo, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So I feel like here with the 6 of Pentacles, Virgo, that I think that something is coming into balance for you, is what I get. I think something is going to become a little more harmonious and come into balance a little bit better. Something that was out of balance or has felt out of balance is going to slowly start to balance itself out in November, whatever that may end up looking like. Because balance can be so many different things depending on, what is in the situation you're thinking of, or that you're going through right now, that there is an imbalance of whatever that balance looks like for you in that situation. But it is really telling me that throughout the month of November that there's something that's out of balance is going to start coming into balance, okay? For you, more into harmony, more into balance. So Libra, I think we're on. Can you get a card for Libra, please, for the month of November? We have the Two of Pentacles. Again, balance. So I really feel like here, Libra, that you feel like time is slipping away from you or getting away from you. Like there's something, because there's like, this is like Cinderella. She's got the, there's the pumpkin back there, and like I get with the full moon, like it's about to, the clock's about to strike midnight, and she's about to lose everything. And I feel like I'm getting that really strongly for you, Libra, that there might be something you're feeling like, there might be something that you're feeling that you're running out of time on, and that you have to make a decision in a hurry. Like you don't have that much time left. Like you're under the gun. And so there's a lot of, I feel like there's something that's just really stressing you guys out in the month of November. Some kind of decision that you need to make. Let me go ahead. I didn't want to do this, but I really feel like I need to clarify that for you, Libra, because I feel really bad and I feel like that needs to be clarified. So can you give me a clarification of this Two of Pentacles for Libra? What do I need to do? I want... yeah, give me clarification. That might help. What's this Two of Pentacles for Libra? The Six of Swords. Okay, whether you should stay or go in something. One more, please. Okay. Okay, so there's a situation here for you, Libra. It looks like, I'm going to guess for most of you, it's probably a relationship where you haven't heard from someone in a while, where somebody's kind of left you out in the cold, probably maybe a no contact situation. And you're not sure what you want to do about it. But you feel like if you don't act, either if you don't act toward it or away from it, that something bad's gonna happen. Either way, it's like you're stuck. I feel like you're almost stuck. Like you can't figure out what to do, but you also know you're running out of time to make the decision. Because I feel like you almost feel like if you don't do something, if you don't take action, you might lose out on something. But I feel like I really feel like, though, the answer, or what I'm getting that's coming through very, very strongly for you, Libra, is it's telling me that it might be best to detach. Because you have this person that's running toward the light, running away from the dark, toward the light, running away. And then we have the Six of Swords, where she, again, has her back to the dark and her face to the light. Again, it's like a moving away. And we talk about Six of Swords it's usually moving toward calmer water, but it's moving toward peace of mind. Calmer waters in your mind, making yourself feel better. Moving away from the turmoil toward calmer waters. And that's also mentally, this is swords, so it's mentally feeling better. And I think by keeping yourself stuck or being indecisive, waiting for this person, for a lot of you, I feel like it's a person. It doesn't have to be, but I feel like that for a lot of you is. But you're keeping yourself stuck, and it's causing you mental anguish. So I think that go within and you know, go within yourself and see what it tells you, what your intuition tells you. But I have a feeling your intuition, if you're not good at listening to your intuition, everything here is giving me the guidance, the advice that it's probably best to, that's too many, to move away from the situation so that you can clear your mind. Detach from the situation so that you can get a clear mind. Because I think while you're in the situation, you're it's bringing up too much emotion and you're not able to think and make a decision, a clear decision. So it's saying to detach from that situation at this time. Scorpio, we have the Four of Pentacles. What are you holding on to that you should not be, my fixed signs? Oh my gosh, there is something that wants to change that is telling you to let the fudge go of. What are you not letting go of? What are you holding back? What are you holding on to that does not serve you? I really feel like she is sitting there all alone in this dark, gloomy room because she is holding on to stuff that she just, I mean, she's keeping things to herself, how unhappy she is, how lonely, how miserable she is, but she's keeping to herself where will keep feeling those feelings instead of letting go. My fixed signs, I'm a fixed sign, I'm a double fixed sign. I so know too well about holding on to things for way, way longer than we should. Let me tell you, I am the expert in that. Let me tell you, I try and make everything work as long as I'm that person that I will go until I can't go anymore. And then I get to that point where when I'm done, I am dead done. And that's usually, I mean, that's very Scorpio energy because, and like I said, with me being double fixed sign, I'm very hard-headed and stubborn when it comes to wanting to let go and release things that are no longer serving me, but I am getting better at that. So at least I hope I am. Okay, so that was Scorpio. So this is Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, Nine of Pentacles, beautiful energy for November. My Sagittarius is, look at you, so beautiful, so vibrant. I'm getting Empress vibes off of this. That you have everything that you need. You're with Leo here. Look at these. Look at my fire signs. They are like large and in charge here. We have Aries over here with the Six of Wands, and then we have Leo here with the Justice card, and then we have Sagittarius, all those fire signs with Nine of Pentacles, large and in charge of their lives, you know, large and in charge. The only one that's kind of iffy here is with Aries, if they're letting any fears get in their way of they're the only ones that are a little wishy-washy. But I'm telling you, Sagittarius has got their stuff together. They're living their best life in the life of November is what I'm getting. You know, they're gonna be, everybody's gonna be looking at them. They're gonna be turning heads. My Sagittarius is, because they're gonna be like, wow, look at them glow up. I'm getting this glow up energy. If they're not already, they're gonna be glowing in the month of November. That's what I get. So Capricorn, we have the King of Cups. So my Capricorns, I feel like, interesting. I am getting this energy of there is something that you are keeping inside of you that is eating you up, eating you away. And there is something that you really desire. But look at this. Like, see how that, I feel like that fire's like almost like he's about to break and explode. That fire, that desire inside of them, inside of you, Capricorn, towards something is about to explode because you've kept it bottled up so long, that you've kept it under wraps, kept it bottled up, that I feel like you're going to explode, that it can't be bottled up any longer. It's about to erupt. You know, this desire for something, or whatever you've been holding back, that you've been tamping down and holding back, is about to erupt. I don't know what that is. You'll have to take it out. It resonates for you, Capricorn, but there's something that's going to erupt when it comes to your emotions. When it comes to your emotions and comes to your something that you've been really holding on to, really holding back, not expressing. You gotta consider that love and hate are very, very closely intertwined. So, yeah, I feel like it's either going to be an expression of love or it's going to be an expression of hate, in the fact of, because the emotions are going to be so strong that either you can't hold back, like you are going to be, you love someone so much and they hurt you so much that you're not going to be able to hold your tongue, or you're going to express your love to someone. Like I think it's just going to blow up for many of you. But I also get that this could be anything. I mean, it could be, I feel like there's something in your life, Capricorn, in November that it's just done. Like it's either put up or shut up time is what I get. It's like like you're saying you're not holding back anymore. There's something in your life you are not going to hold back on anymore. You are going to say your piece, whether someone likes it or not. You're to the point you don't care anymore what happens. You just got to let it out. You just can't contain it anymore. That's what I get. Aquarius. For my Aquariuses, you have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so my Aquarius Capricorns, a counterpart energy coming out there. So if you're dealing with one or the other, yeah. But let's see, this is Aquarius. Aquarius, I feel like this, I really am getting off of this for my Aquarius people, that I almost feel like there's this, I'm really getting this almost like a 5 of Cups energy off of this card, which I shouldn't be for it being the Queen of Cups, but I'm really feeling like the sadness, the sadness, like loving something so much, like you had to let go of something that you loved so much, and you're sitting there reminiscing and thinking about, like, it goes back to that holding on to the past. Holding on to the past. So it's keeping you stuck from moving forward in love. So there's something that you're holding on to, some past relationship, some past pain, the way something ended between you and another person, that you're still carrying with you. I feel like that you're going to be dealing with that in the month of November, my Aquarius. I hate to say it, but you're going to be really having to heal that, or look at healing that. You're going to be working on healing it. Either it can be passively or actively, but I really feel like there's some pain that's attached to you from a previous relationship that you've been really holding on to, that's been keeping you blocked from experiencing new love, or hindering you in connections that you've made since then. That is going to be healed, or you'll be working on healing at this time in the month of November. So Pisces, what do you got for Pisces? What do we got for the Pisces? The fishies. The devil. So if you're dealing with Capricorn, so I am getting, interesting enough, I'm getting temptation off of this for sure. For sure temptation is coming through. I'm getting temptation and desire. I'm getting, there's it's interesting because it's in a good way, because I feel like it's Pisces, whatever this spark is, whatever this temptation and desire is, it's actually lighting you up. It's like causing this spark and igniting something like helping you overcome something that was difficult for you. Like it's actually propelling you to have more strength and courage to overcome an aspect of yourself that you typically would not be able to overcome without this kind of temptation or like pull. It's like pulling you. It's like you desire it so much, and this temptation, this desire is so strong that it's pulling you in a direction. And it's like the I feel like the cord of fate, like an energetic tugging. It's pulling you. That temptation and desire, Pisces, is pulling the cord, pulling you in a direction that you would not normally go on your own. You would not normally have walked that path on your own, but it's fate intervening and trying to pull you in the direction you need to go. And that's why it's saying, the universe is kind of telling me it took that much effort to pull you in a direction because you were happy where you were, not really realizing that there was something better for you. So the universe had to tempt you with something that was enough, caused enough desire and temptation in you, Pisces, to get you to move. So I feel like this hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen for you. I don't know when. In November, I want to say maybe the third week, maybe around Thanksgiving time. If you practice Thanksgiving, if you're in a country that does celebrate Thanksgiving, if you're not, I don't know what all countries do celebrate Thanksgiving, but if you're not, it's around the third week of November, is when I feel like this temptation, this pull is going to happen for you, Pisces. So that's what I have for this month of November. I really hope that you enjoy these readings. I am really liking this format for doing monthly overview readings. I'd love to hear from you and see what you think. So I always have the comments open, so please feel free to leave any comments you want to leave for me. I appreciate you so very, very much, and I wish you the very best month this month. Thank you again.